Hi guys, thanks again for watching my YouTube videos. This is my second one that I've ever done, and I'll try to do a little bit better than I have last time. But anyway, last night I posted a picture of a DIY silicone mold that I made of raspberries, and I did not expect it, but I got an overwhelming response um, from people on the groups and all kinds of questions, and I felt like I couldn't answer all of them, so I just decided to make a video to make it a little bit easier for everybody. So this is the mold that I made. As I said, it's of raspberries, and this is actually the soap that I made. Where's the camera? This is the soap right there. It looks incredibly realistic, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. And I just want to start off with answering some of the questions that I got. And I want to say that I got this from Amazon. It was $31, and I know that seems really pricey, but you just have to determine what's right for you. I know there's a lot of DIY sort of make your own silicone molds out there. I knew nothing about them when I started this. They do seem really awesome. One was by Sarah Milroy, where she uses Dawn dish soap and just silicone caulking, and it seemed really awesome, and it was like a $3 option. I don't know if that would have worked for this application because raspberries are so delicate, and I don't know if like you really had to smash them in there or what, but I'm happy with this. And why I think this is worth the money is because you really get an incredible amount of detail in this, and I don't know if that can be replicated using that silicone caulk. I don't know. I'll have to try that soon. And a lot of people saying like, oh my gosh, for $31, you may as well just buy one from these websites. And I know there's two websites that I know of who make molds like this. One is Vanillé, and their mold that's very comparable to this one is $28.99, I believe. And flexiblemolds.com has one that's very comparable to this, and I believe it's $20.99. But again, you have to pay shipping on top of that, so it kind of evens out, I guess. But I want to say that you're going to get more than just one mold out of the kit that I'm going to show you. I have probably maybe a third of the mix left. I've made this one and one small other one. So you just have to decide what's right for you. This is just what I did. So the things that you're gonna need is, obviously this is soap, but let's pretend for the sake of this video that these are real raspberries, or whatever you want to mold. It can be strawberries or little toys or seashells, it doesn't matter. So you need your items that you want to mold. I used 3 mixing spoons. I just use these little disposable ones because I can just toss them away because it gets quite messy. 2 Tupperware. These are the Rubbermaid take-alongs. I had a lot of people comment as well that, oh, your silicone might stick to the plastic, and just be careful. I bought these just for this purpose, so if I had to break them, I was okay with it. But as you can see, it popped out really nice. I had no problems with it. So again, this is just the Rubbermaid take-alongs. 2 of those. Hot glue gun with hot glue, obviously. Just a digital scale. And you'll probably want to lay down like a piece of wax paper or something to protect your work surface. And this is the actual silicone mix that I bought. It's Moldstar 20T, and I believe this is the 2-pound option. There's a lot of options on Amazon, and this is what I chose. It was really simple to use. You just mix equal parts of mix A and B together, and then pour it over your mold. It took 30 minutes to set up, which was really, really fast. I was shocked. I thought it was like 4 hours, but if you actually read the directions, that's really helpful too. But it says that it cures in 30 minutes. The pot life is 6 minutes. So that meaning you have 6 minutes to use the product once it's mixed together. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it was so easy. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did step by step. And I hope that you guys can understand what I'm saying as I'm showing it to you. So what I did was I took my take-along thing and I took my real raspberries and I just hot glued them where the bottom would be. There's a natural little hole in raspberries anyway, so I just went around the outside of the raspberry and just stuck it in the pot where I wanted it. And I did it again, and until I got 12 in there. And honestly, looking back, like I probably could have spaced these out a little closer together and gotten a whole other row, or I could have just put them in there totally randomly and probably would have gotten a lot more, but I'm super OCD, so this one has only got 12 in it. But you certainly could have gotten more, I feel like, right here, which kind of probably is wasteful. But anyway, it was a learning experience. I'm happy with it. So anyway, once you have your raspberries or whatever you want to mold inside the take-along or your little container, whatever you're using, I set that to the side, and then that's when you start prepping your mix. So you take one of your mixing spoons, and then you have to mix up part B. It doesn't have to be in this order. Take another spoon, mix up part A, and then this is where the scale comes in. You take because I had no idea how much I needed to make this mold, I used the same exact tray to combine part B and part A by weight, and I just kind of eyeballed in the container, like, okay, like, the raspberries are, I don't know, here-ish, so I just kind of eyeballed when I put part A in, and then part B, kind of where it should be, and I think for this particular one, I ended up using 8 ounces of each of the mix. And so once I got that all combined, I took another spoon, and you have to mix it really, really well, and make sure it's all combined properly. And then once you have your mix, you take your tray that has your items to be molded, and then you just dump it in there. You want to make sure that everything is completely covered here, and that there's enough room or enough of the silicone to cover the tops, because essentially when you take the mold out, the bottom becomes the top. So if you don't have enough silicone to cover the top, when you go to push your soap out, you might poke your finger right through the bottom. So like I said, I'm pretty sure this was 8 ounces of each of the parts A and B. And then once it's all covered, you just let it sit, and literally it was a half an hour. I waited a little bit longer just to be sure, and then it literally popped right out. And so once that was done, you still have the real raspberries in there, right? So I watched another video of someone trying to pop, raspberries out when they made their mold, and it just looked really messy and horribly disgusting. So I was like, I had this thought, well, what if I put this in the freezer, freeze the berries, and then maybe they'll just pop right out. That worked. The juices didn't get everywhere, but there was still a lot of the residue of the berries inside. And actually what I forgot to say, I don't have it washed right now because I used it just last night, but anyway, I just used the smallest end of a melon baller, and I scooped the guts of the berry out, and it worked really well. And so whatever was left in there, I just rinsed it out, took some Q-tips and just cleaned each cavity out. And it seemed to work really, really well. So I couldn't wait, and I made these little berries right away. And as I said, like to me, they are just like the coolest thing ever. You can see like each little, sorry, my camera's not focusing, but you can see each little like capsule, I guess, or I don't know. It's just so realistic to me. I love it. And I don't know, like I said, I feel like you could get more here, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then also the colors that I used was the Brambleberry Queen's Purple Mica to get the color, and then Nurture Soap's really, really red mica. And I just kind of mixed the colors until it looked like a raspberry to me. There was no science to it for me. I just kind of started dumping colors in until I was happy with the coloring. And then that's it, guys. I mean, it was really that easy. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And I hope that in some way that this helped you guys, gave you a little bit more confidence to just get in there and do it. But again, I know there are DIY molds out there using Dawn soap and silicone, and I will have to give that a try. But I'm really pleased with how this turned out, and to me, it was worth the money. So I hope this helps you guys. Please comment below, or if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this and it helps you. And I would love to see if you guys make your own molds, what you make. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.